many depositors, what is the amount, as he said, that the Bank of Ghana has that information. So if the finance committee can request the Bank of Ghana to provide this, I don't know whether Bank of Ghana will refuse providing it. Then they will have it. But we as customers or as clients will not have that information.
I mean, Mr. Champon.
My brother on the line is right because he's a customer. So he is at himself, not the general pool. So he cannot give us the full information. But before a license is revocated, that revocation, the first instruction will be a recapitalization. So they have to caution them to raise more resources to recapitalize the institution. Failure to do this, that will cause for the revocation of the license. So, like he's saying, there's another way of dealing with this so that we can get the list of customers involved. Then we have the discussion with Minister of Finance, because they will budget for it. Bank of Ghana will not budget for it. So, Minister of Finance will budget for it, and then leave the fund to Bank of Ghana to pay the customer, as my brother is saying, because they will not know the number of people involved.
So the solution is known. The question is, will you lead that?
Parliament will resume come Tuesday. A committee will have a discussion on this matter and see how we navigate and get this matter resolved. Because we have a lot of outstanding issues in respect of this bank financial sector cleanup. A lot of clients have not received their money. Some have not been validated and all that. So since this information is on the table for discussion, we can also sit aloof and allow government to cheat or mistreat these customers who have put their lifelong savings into this institution. So at least we need to step in and see how we can address these issues.
Thank you very much. Richard Champon is the Deputy Ranking Member on the Finance Committee. Earlier, you heard Dr. Edona Niemchi, who is a convener of the investors group, the forum that have been protesting at the Finance Ministry for the last couple of weeks, demanding that their locked-up funds be released to them. I want to bring in Mr. Shen right now, who has business. This is a subject that you guys have been following quite keenly. Now the BOG must get involved at some point. The BOG says, well, they need some a budget of the sort from the Finance Ministry before they will proceed then to revoke the licenses, and then the process will start for the investors to receive their funds. It sounds like a pretty complex process, but at least there's some commitment there from the ranking member that Parliament will resume and consider this. What do you have in your headlines?
Right, Evans, in business this evening, government commences review of VAT component on mineral exploration in Ghana. We'll hear from Minister for Land and Natural Resources Samuel Abu Jinapo. And dollar demand by businesses through commercial banks slows, a move said to be contributing to the city's marginal stability over the past few days. Business News Night is brought to you by MTN Business. Welcome to New World of Business, Kingdom Books and Stationery, Syntex Tanks, and Pepsodent Charcoal and Herbal.
Hey, so as for you, every day you are just pressing your phone. Why? Are they paying you?
They are, Oma. The more I use my MTN, the more points I get. And I can use those points to get airtime, data, and even discounts at shops and restaurants.
Hey, so that is why all of you are always pressing your phones. And you won't tell us, so that we can enjoy some.
Oh, ma.
There's always more to enjoy with MTN Rewards. Just keep talking, testing, and browsing all day, every day to collect your points and use it to redeem amazing offers and discounted freebies right away. There's so much available for you. So dial *550# and get your reward today. Let's go. Everywhere you go.
Kweku, have you heard what they are doing on MTN?
Son, we are so proud of you for setting up this hospital. I really love those hospital beds and waiting chairs. By the way, did you import them?
No, Dad, I didn't. I actually got them from Kingdom Books and Stationery right here in Ghana.
Wow. We also bought our office supplies, safes, executive desks and chairs from Kingdom, and they gave us expert advice on how to set up our office.
Guys, that makes 3 of us. I also got our sofa and bedroom sets, plus our dining hall furniture for our new home from Kingdom.
Wow, Mom, that makes 4 of us. I usually get my stationery items from Kingdom, and my teacher also mentioned that our classroom furniture was provided by Kingdom.
So there you have it. Whenever you're thinking about setting up an office or acquiring furniture for your home, etc., Kingdom Books and Stationery should be your first point of call. With over 40 years experience in the industry, we stock and supply a wide variety of globally sourced office and home furniture, stationery and equipment. Visit our head office, Osu Akwaje, or our office near the Osu Stadium. We're also in Tema Community 1, opposite Olam SHS, Kumasi KNUST Campus, UCC Cape Coast, and now at the Marina Mall, Airport City. Or call us 0302 764101, 764209, or 762792. Visit our website www.kingdomgh.com.
Water is needed all day, all night. So, remember Syntex tank all day, all night. 7 years warranty. Select any color for free. In no de crack, in no de spoil. Call Accra on 0244 335 168. Kumasi 0505 555 666. Syntex tank. A strong, a tough. Water is needed all day, all night. So, remember Syntex tank all day, all night. 7 years warranty. Select any color for free. In no de crack, in no de spoil. Call Accra on 0244 335 168. Kumasi 0505 555 666. Syntex tank. A strong, a tough.
Choboy! We have a new leader in town. Obiarenti. Amanfo. Madam was Sibebre. When him say my baby, maybe mamu more charcoal for whiter teeth. More charcoal. Not only that, maybe mamu lemon. More lemon. Zinc for fresher breath. More zinc. And fluoride for stronger teeth.
Introducing the new President Charcoal packed with more power with a combination of charcoal and lemon for naturally whiter teeth. Grab yours now. This advert is FDA approved.
Hello, my name is Mami Akuya, an entrepreneur and a mother of two. My work keeps me busy most of the time and sometimes it takes me away from my family. But the safety and health of my family is very important to me. As a working mother, I cannot afford to take any chances when it comes to matters of health. That is why I signed up for a family healthcare plan from Equity Health Insurance. My family and I have access to over 700 hospitals, clinics, opticians, dentists, pharmacies, and diagnostic centers across the length and breadth of Ghana. With Equity Health Insurance, I no longer have to worry about medical bills. Anytime a member of my family visits a hospital, Equity Health Insurance has got my family and I covered. What about you? Who has got you covered?
Call Equity Health Insurance on 050-660-7910 and talk to them about your family health needs now. Visit equityhealthinsurance.com for more information. Equity Health Insurance, here for you.
Hey, please don't make mistake. Talk to Papa. Open your back, come on. And you tank, no girl. Papa.
Papa, can ruffle.
The pointer is original, the first and the best.
What is? Who got also but dear acrobat using it?
Polytank, yes.
Welcome back to Business on Newsnight with me, James Asian. Let's settle for the details. And the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Samuel Abu-Jinapor, has disclosed that government is reviewing the value-added tax component of the tax build-up on the cost of exploration mining companies. He noted that the move is expected to reduce the tax burden on the exploration of natural minerals and make it more attractive to increase foreign direct investment in the sector. He has been speaking at the opening ceremony of the 2024 West African Mining and Power Conference and Exhibition Program.
We are, for example, working with the Ghana Revenue Authority and the Ghana Chamber of Mines under the guidance of government's economic management team to explore the best framework for treating critical inputs such as value-added tax VAT on exploration. If properly structured, it will reduce the financial burden on exploration companies, making it more attractive to invest in exploration while safeguarding the nation's interests.
Samuel Abu Jinapo is the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. Now to some other stories. Demand for dollars by some businesses and corporate institutions from commercial banks have reduced significantly. This is what Joy Business has picked up from some of the banks that are very active in the foreign exchange market. George Riafi has the rest of the story.
The cedi's depreciation against the dollar has slowed significantly over the past working days. This has seen retail price quotes for some of these major commercial banks drop from 15 Ghana cedis 20 pesos to about 15 Ghana cedis 10 pesos. It is not clear for now what has influenced this development, but some of these commercial banks want to link it to the recent measures announced by a government and the Bank of Ghana to help stabilize the Ghana cedi and some progress that government is making when it comes to finally signing an agreement with the bilateral creditors on how to restructure their debts. The Bank of Ghana, on the other hand, has also stepped up supply of dollars for the market. Some of these banks also think that it has contributed to the city's performance over the past few days. We also understand that the Bank of Ghana is enforcing some administrative measures that is also impacting on the city's performance. Some market watchers, however, want to believe that speculators are slowing down on their demand. But these actions that are being implemented, the question is, are they sustainable? Or we can say that based on what has happened last week, the worst for the city is now over. Well, time will tell.
And that was George Uriafe. Now, government says it will further engage the Bank of Ghana on key policy frameworks to ensure stability of the Ghana City. Deputy Finance Minister Abna Osei has reiterated government commitment in ensuring a robust economy through the implementation of critical policies to stabilize the city. She was speaking at a ceremony to sign a $2.1 million grant agreement between the government of Ghana and the government of Japan.
Our gross international reserves reached $6.2 billion in February 2022, covering 2.7 months of import cover, and we are expected to increase it to 4.4 months of import cover in the medium term. But for recent pressures on our exchange rate movements, the cedi's depreciation halved from 52.2% in November 2022 to 27.8% in December 2023, maintaining stability into 2024. The ministry currently is working with the Bank of Ghana to implement measures to improve the strength of the cedi against its foreign trading currencies in the medium term.
Abna Osei is a Deputy Finance Minister. To some other stories, MTN Ghana has commenced the 8th annual employee volunteer program dubbed 30 Days of Yellow Care, which is aimed at impacting the communities they operate in, according to Chief Executive of MTN Ghana, Stephen Blewett. This year's Yellow Care initiative is dedicated towards bridging the digital divide in the country.
Well, the impact for society is positive because we're trying to do two things. One, we're trying to bring digital literacy. People need to understand the digital world, and people in far-flung communities, rural communities, are not exposed. So we need to teach them how to use digital things. And also through our Connect and Quench boreholes, we bring essential things like water, but monitoring it via digital means to make sure the borehole's working, there's issues, we know when to fix it. And to turn it on and off, we have all that through digital.
Stephen Blewett, as the Chief Executive of MTN Ghana. The Veterinary Service Directorate is calling on government to fast-track the review of Disease Animal Act 1961. According to Greater Accra Regional Veterinary Director Dr. Joseph Kofi Abu, stakeholders along the animal production value chain since 2010 have been requesting an update of the Act to clearly define their roles to prevent the recurrent overlap of their duties. He was speaking at the launch of the World Food Safety Month ahead of the World Food Safety Day celebrated on June 7th.
We have the Disease of Animal Act, that is 1961. It is very old and outdated, and we are working very hard to update it. It has been long overdue. It has gone and came back due to some technicalities. So since 2010, we decided to review it. It has been on and off, but as we are speaking, the draft is with the Attorney General, and we want them to speed it up so that it can go to Parliament for them to pass it. We have FDA, we have veterinary services, and our rules and mandate overlap, and we think that the animal health bill will come and straighten up so that everybody will do just what is supposed to do.
You heard Greater Accra Regional Veterinary Director Dr. Joseph Kofi Abu. And that's all for Business News on Newsnight with me, James Ishen.
James, thank you very much. And Ms. Bao is here with sports.
Yeah, Evans, just some update from the FIFA Under 20 Women's World Cup, which Ghana has qualified for, and group pairings is out, and Ghana has been drawn in Group E alongside New Zealand, Japan and Austria. Now, Japan won their first title in 2018 edition, beating Spain in the final. And for New Zealand, their best finish at this level was in the quarterfinals in 2018. And for Austria, they will be competing in the competition for the very, very first time. Now, Ghana has failed to go past the group stage in their 6 previous attempts, and we'll be hoping that they can go past the group stage this time round in the competition that will be hosted in Colombia between August 31st to September 22nd. Now to the Black Stars, because they've got a game tomorrow against Mali, crucial World Cup qualifier. Now they'll be facing Central African Republic on June 10. For Central African Republic, they played their third game today, defeating Chad 1-0, and that means that they've gone third in the group standings, leaving the Black Stars fifth in the standings, and they will have to defeat Mali tomorrow in Bamako. And ahead of that, forward Anton Semenyo is positive.
Always feel good. I think we're ready to take the challenge, ready to get 2 wins. I think we've got a good team, like I said. So yeah, we just need to win at the end of the day. So we're going to train hard this week and then win the first game and hopefully the second. I mean, it's in the past now. I think the manager's come in. We've got a new job, a new plan, and we just want to win games. So we're trusting what the manager can do. We've got a good team, so yeah, it's just trusting the process, and hopefully we get qualified for the AFCON again, World Cup, and we can show you what we can do.
Black Stars forward there. Now, yeah, Evans, that's basically it. The game is going to be 7 p.m. tomorrow, so we'll see how they fare.
Okay. Wish them all the best, and that's it for sports there. And a few more of your messages now on our WhatsApp console, still on the prices of food stuff, which have been going up on the market. And this is from Nana Prempe. He says the prices of commodities have never come down since time immemorial, but the rate at which it is hiked is wobbling. Kofi says they're Greek minister all over the place buying hotels instead of working for the ministry. What do you expect? And a final one on the subject of the contracts controversy in Parliament. Musa says the MPP government's failure to secure parliamentary approval for critical contracts such as SML and the 5G rollout is a clear dereliction of duty and the breach of public trust. These contracts, which carry significant national implications, should have undergone thorough legislative scrutiny to ensure transparency and accountability. Well, it's now time for fact-checking, and today we are focusing on some recent claims made by former minority leader and Tamale South MP Haruna Idrisu on the debt situation in the country. Head of our research desk, Raymond Aqua, has more on the claims and the verdicts in this report.
Haruna Idrisu is a record to have said that the MPP has borrowed some 600 million and also insinuated that the NDC also did borrow some 120 billion.
You cannot borrow 600 billion against 120 billion and say you are doing well. They describe 120 billion as colossal. So today, get me a word. Maybe gargantuan. They borrowed in a gargantuan manner.
Now, first and foremost, the suggestion that because public debt was 120 billion at the end of 2016, this means the NDC borrowed that amount is false. According to data from the Ministry of Finance's stock of public debt sheet for 2008, the NDC inherited a debt stock of 9.75 billion. This means the total debt increased by some 110.55 billion under the NDC from 2008 to 2016. The former minister misconstrued total public debt under the government as the same as the amount borrowed by the government. Again, it's not also true that the MPP borrowed 600 billion anyway. This is because the MPP inherited a debt stock of 120.3 billion. And since the current data from the Bank of Ghana 2024 May Summary of Economic and Financial Data suggests that Ghana's debt in February 2024 was 658.6 billion, one can only say that the debt stock has increased by some 538.3 billion under the MPP so far, and not 600 billion. Now, also, the other factors, like the depreciation of the cedi, that results in the increase of Ghana's debt stock at any point in time. For example, when public debt increased from 351 billion in 2021 to 435 billion at the end of December 2022, representing 23.7%, the depreciation of the cedi alone accounted for 67 billion of the increase in the debt stock, which is equivalent to 80.5%.
Raymond Aqua with fact checking. And this is your election headquarters. An election headquarters is always brought to you by Petrosol Clean Fuel in full quantity, CIMA, the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, and AICPA and CIMA together as Association of International Certified Professional Accountants, the German Nozo Medical Center, Alternative Therapy, Dental Wellness and Beauty, Chopbox Technologies, a convenient service, and Youth Bridge Foundation. Tonight, the Electoral Commission is warning political party agents they will be thrown out of vote transfer centers if they misbehave. Barely 24 hours after the Commission rescinded its decision to ban agents from the centers, the main opposition NDC had protested against the ban. The Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, Mustafa Gbande, welcomes the decision to allow party agents at the centers, but questions the EC's commitment to remain transparent.
Have not done anything extraordinary. What is appropriate under the circumstance of the exercise to allow for more transparency that will end into a credible exercise? It's what the NDC advocated for. The EC knew that as we speak, this is the first time in the history of our country where we are doing registration. And again, at the same time, we have issues of missing equipment of the Electoral Commission. So therefore, it is automatic that mistrust will increase. If you want to test the hypocrisy of the MPP, tomorrow you will see whether they will send their agents there or they will not.
Well, the EC has warned it to be compelled to reverse its decision if it is abused. Listen to the Deputy Commissioner in charge of operations, Samuel Tete.
Political party agents do not have any right or authority under the law to prevent a voter who wants to transfer his or her vote under Regulation 22 of CI 127. The political parties are well aware that one can object to a voter's eligibility on the grounds of residency during the voter's exhibition exercise and not during the transfer of votes exercise.
Well, we can now also hear from the Director of Electoral Services at the EC, Dr. Sribo Kweku, who says party agents will be thrown out if they misbehave at the centers. He spoke to my colleague, Blaise Soga.
On Monday, and the request was stated that they would think they should allow them to be there. So the Commission told them that we were going to have a look at it and ponder over it. Then after further reflection, we think that their presence will help in ensuring that people accept whatever comes up, and it also adds to the transparency aspect. So we told them that they should come back, but the condition is that anybody who comes there to misbehave will be taken away from the place.
Okay. So now what will be the expectation? Are they to monitor, to challenge immediately, or what ground rules are you setting for that?
There is no criteria for challenging. So you only observe. If somebody comes and you think you can inform our officer that this one, we think, but not in a variant way. If the person insists, we'll go ahead and interview the person based on the conviction of the return officer. The person will be accepted or rejected. So you can't challenge. Now, the law is that if the transfer is done and you have grievances or you have suspicion that somebody didn't qualify you there, then you will do the exhibition. Then you go and object to that name in that register that the person is not a resident there. Then the procedure is that there's a registration review officer who is a magistrate who will meet the two parties. Each of them will tell the story. Then the DRO would give a decision.
So which means that the parties don't have any power to stop anyone who's carrying out?
Not at all.
Is that really? Based on that, the opposition NDC says they still have a challenge. They feel that there's more room for improvement in terms of improving your transparency. They feel that you lack transparency in all of the processes leading to the 2024 general elections. How do you respond to that?
You know, each of the activities we are doing, they are part of it. Registration, they were there as agents. When the challenges came and the review committee was sitting, they were part of the committee that sat on it and then they're adjudicating. Right now, we have formed the adjudication review committee which will look at the suspected multipolies, and they are part of it. So in everything that we are doing, they are part of it. So I don't know how they want to explain the transparency when they are part of the system. So we have nothing to hide. That's why in everything we include all the political parties.
I want us to wrap up by talking about what's next for the Electoral Commission after this phase of the transfer of votes. What would happen? What's your expectation on the political parties? And what do you also say to the concerns, for instance, by the Coalition of Domestic Election Observers who have earlier raised some concerns about this transfer process?
I don't know. What I know is that they are rather supporting our stand that we should not allow the party agents to be there. Other than that, I've not heard of any other view. Then with respect to what is ahead of it after this, from this we'll go to the compilation of the special voting for the media, the security services and the commission.
And that there is a Director of Electoral Services at the EC, Dr. Sribo Kweku. And that's it for News Night tonight. But you want to stay with us here on Joy 99.7 FM because we have a conversation coming up next. And I have the imposing figure of Enimwa Enimado, who has been mesmerizing me. Imposing because, as I've told you already, you look smashing tonight.
Thank
you want to just log on to our Facebook page right now. I see what I'm talking about. This conversation I see behind you is going to be riveting.
It is. Do you remember that there was a study, I think it was last 2 years, and we were told that apart from money, the other thing that really challenges men's mental health is women.
That's very true.
I was going to ask if you'll agree, but clearly
100%. 100%.
So, I mean, tonight's conversation is that, women, like, we love men. You're the center of our world. We want you to marry us, to be our husband, father of our children. So why are we not loving? Well, yeah. Well, why are you not loving? Why are we not loving you properly? What is it that's preventing women from really being, a contribution to the wellness of a man? Why are we the problem? Do you know what I mean? So today's like a reflection, kind of the things we do wrong and maybe how we can do better.
I just think you can't just help yourselves. That's what I was saying on this.
I'm speechless.
Stay. Enimwa and her team up next.